Okay, so let's go ahead and use the slope-intercept form to graph this equation y equals negative 3x minus 4. This equation is already solved for y, so I already know what my slope is. So remember, my slope is the number in front of x, which in our case is negative 3. I'm going to write this as a fraction, so negative 3 is the same thing as negative 3 over 1. And then my y-intercept is this number all by itself, which is a negative 4. And so remember, the y-intercept is a point 0, comma, negative 4. So those steps we wrote down earlier, step 1 says plot this y-intercept of 0, negative 4. So 0, negative 4 means I start at the origin. 0 means I don't go right or left, and then I go down 4. So there is my y-intercept, 0, negative 4. Step 2 says use the slope to find the second point. So starting at the y-intercept, the slope is negative 3 over 1. Rise over run. That means I go down 3 and to the right 1. So from this y-intercept, I'm going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and to the right 1, right there. And that's my second point. And now, step 3, draw a line through these points. And this is going to be a very, let's see if I can get a line from here. So there is the best line I can draw right here. Okay, so there's the line through those 2 points. Use the straight edge. I'm going to put arrows at the end. It shows us the line that goes on forever on both points. Use the straight edge. Mine's a little off right here. It should be going directly through that point. But if you use the straight edge, you can get directly between those 2 points and put arrows at the end. Okay, example 2 says, what is the equation of the line parallel to the graph of y equals negative 2x plus 3 with y-intercept 0, negative 1? And then we'll graph this equation. So the first thing to remember is if two lines are parallel, we've said that means that their slopes are the same. So this line has a slope of negative 2. And so if I'm trying to find the equation of the line parallel to it, it also has a slope of negative 2. So I have my slope and I have my y-intercept. So I can plug in these two values into y equals mx plus b, the slope-intercept form, right? I can plug in what my slope is and what my y-intercept is. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Y equals, my slope is negative 2, so instead of an m, I'm going to write negative 2, then x, and then my b value is negative 1. That's my y-intercept. So y equals negative 2x minus 1. So here is the equation of the line parallel to y equals negative 2x plus 3 going through the point 0, negative 1. Okay, I'm now going to graph this point. So I'm going to need to move this up a little bit. I'm going to graph this equation. Sorry, not this point. So let's graph this equation. I need to first plot the y-intercept, which is 0, negative 1. So 0, negative 1, go down 1. And then use the slope to find the second point. So our slope is negative 2. So negative 2 is the same thing as negative 2 over 1. So go down 2 and to the right 1 from this y-intercept. So from 0, negative 1, I'm going to go down 2 and to the right 1. Right there. And now we're going to go ahead and connect these two. Let's see if I can do this best I can right there with a straight line. Try to make it as big as you can. And then there should be arrows on either end of the line. So there is my equation. It has a negative slope, so your line should be going down. It's decreasing.